There's no way to tell that the school is closed besides yanking on this locked door. Even on their website and Facebook page, it doesn't acknowledge that school will no longer be in session. Easter Bunny, go ahead and make your way. Yes, you. Go ahead and make your way up here in the middle. So, Alicia, let's tell them how they can take a picture with the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
When Ava is experiencing a sensory overload, she uses this therapeutic swing to help calm her down. I appreciate everything that you guys do because I also have been affected by cancer. My second mom passed away a few years back. The staff says they hope the transition from this old facility to the new one will be just as smooth. Some advice for a lot of us millennials that are stuck in our phones all the time. What advice do you have for them to encourage to embrace nature around us? With that light being out, somebody could be behind this pole and a student wouldn't even know it. Parents, you don't have to be a computer expert to keep your child safe online. Kids, if you wouldn't do it face-to-face, don't do it online. Whenever I do want to wear heels and show off my legs, but I don't want my feet to hurt either,
Yes.
wedges. Yes. Coming up, we talk with One Little Rock family and how they choose to monitor their children. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate you every time you come in and give us a fashion breakdown.
Hey guys, this is real. This is real life right here.
A typical morning inside the Brewer's house. A routine most parents know all too well. But here, Rachel, Archer, and Ava's morning routines are a little bit different.
When she was 6 months old, we started noticing delays, but the doctor said, oh, she'll catch up.
6-year-old Ava was diagnosed with Angelman syndrome, which makes it hard for her to coordinate common motor movements. She also has complex epilepsy and suffers from 5 different types of seizures.
And after that, as Christians, we just put it in God's hands.
Playing with her brother is a daily activity the duo both enjoy. However, Ava
There's my Ava girl.
is unable to speak.
How does Ava talk?
Or way.
Her own way, that's right.
The Brewers have learned how to read Ava's likes and dislikes.
She's eating something she really likes. She'll bang on the table to get more of it.
When Ava is experiencing a sensory overload, she uses this therapeutic swing to help calm her down.
Angelman syndrome cannot be cured, but treatment can make a difference. After being turned away from a few elementary schools, the Brewers received some help from a helping hand.
But Helping Hand was the one that felt like home.
I love the Brewers. Ava is just so special.
Before Helping Hand, Ava was not able to do normal things like sucking through a straw, and walking was not an easy task either.
She's also now able to climb ladders, slide down slides.
So we're super excited about our 5K this Saturday. It's our 4th year.
There is just one person that will be absent this year.
If she were to only pick one person to ever see ever again, it would be her daddy.
Cole Brewer is in the military and was deployed 6 months ago, but Ava knows he will be with her every step of the way.
She gives phone hugs, she hugs the phone, and so she knows that that's her daddy and that, he's in that phone.
This is one option. 170,000 Arkansans have concealed carry license. That's according to Arkansas State Police. Of those, this year, more than 48,000 were issued to women. Angelica Wolf teaches women how to use a firearm and says proper training is the best way to protect yourself.
We have your everyday moms, we have college students. Also, there are a couple people that have been victimized.
The Well-Armed Women of Central Arkansas meets every third Tuesday of the month. They stress using a gun should be your last resort, but always be prepared and know what to do.
It's got to be a mindset. It's got to be a way of life to know that, okay, I'm going to prepare for the worst case possible.
Being a victim of an attack is a serious situation. It's not about how pretty your strike is, but what you're willing to do to make sure you make it home safely.
Angelica says her female students leave her class with a newfound confidence. Keep in mind, an attack can happen anywhere, at home, leaving work, or on vacation.
We do things like learning how to shoot one-handed or opposite hand, because in a defensive situation, you're not going to be able to control your circumstances, and you have to learn to adapt to that.
In addition to firearm training, the Well-Armed Women teams up with CrawFit for women who don't want the responsibility of carrying a gun.
Krav Maga, we teach gun defenses and knife defenses, stick defenses, any kind of weapon, you know. And so since she has the background in guns and pistols and stuff, it kind of is a good little marriage there.
The Israeli fighting system called Krav Maga trains you for your worst nightmare, the struggle over your purse, being choked from the front, or grabbed from behind. It helps build your muscle memory to make your reaction to danger quick.
We teach you to be self-aware of your surroundings, to really know what's going on around you, to not be stuck into your cell phone and distracted. When she feels me wrap her arms, she basically drops her weight down. She makes herself difficult to lift. I always say it's my toolbox. I've got something in there that I can use if I'm confronted by somebody with a gun or a knife or a broken bottle, or just somebody who might have had a little too much to drink and they're just a little bit silly.
If physical fighting isn't for you, and if lethal force isn't for you, you have other options. Tasers, mace, knuckle rings, even your car keys. These are weapons that need to be in your hand to be effective. So ladies, remember, you always have the right to fight back. You never know when you'll be in a life or death situation.
Parents love it, sometimes kids dread it. We're talking about camp, but this year, Ferncliff Campgrounds is offering something new.
You can do it.
We find that a lot of kids spend most of their time indoors or watching screens and not interacting with the natural world.
This fall, Ferncliff will welcome kids aged 3 to 5 to their nature preschool, the first in the state. The goal? To allow kids to explore the outside world, 1,200 acres to be exact.
It sort of awakens all the senses. Sometimes when you're in a classroom or confined space, you might just be listening or reading as you're learning. But in nature, you're smelling, you're touching, you're tasting, you're interacting with the environment.
It may feel like an extended recess, but reading and writing is just as important.
Being out here in this kind of alternative education program, the kids are going to get just as much as in a typical preschool program, if not more.
60% of the kids' time will be spent outdoors.
We try to take walks and learn the names of the plants and animals because it helps us learn more about the world. And we all depend on the natural world for everything. So it's important that in their formative years that kids connect with nature so then they'll care for nature.
Here, the kids are in charge. Staff will leave it up to them to do the exploring.
Where did you get that egg?
The chicken coop.
See what they find in nature. Maybe they find worms crawling across the road. Then we might bring them in and work on the letter W.
There are 3 enrollment options. Parents can choose from 2-day, 3-day, or 5-day.
We want to make sure that we're not keeping anybody from having access to the program. We want to try and make it as accessible as we can to all families.
3-year-old Rice has one word of advice for her fellow classmates. Be prepared to get
Dirty.